The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of Take Shape for Life health coaches or clients. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to healthy living and weight loss will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a physician before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the Take Shape for Life team.
All right, go for it. Welcome to the Habits of Health.
All righty, guys. Welcome to the Habits of Health call. I call this the best day of the week. It's the Habits of Health call. We do it every week, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. And I just want to welcome you and honestly congratulate you for tuning in. Tuning in and being a part of this community, wherever you're at, is probably one of the best things you can do for your health journey. It's been one of the keys to my success in my health journey over my 8 years. And I'm really excited for this. Again, my name is Brad Miller. I'm a certified health coach. It's my honor to be talking to you tonight. I have a really exciting topic for you. And I did ask right before we started recording, where's everyone tuning into? And just watching the chat blow up to see that we're literally all across the United States right now, realizing that what we do on a daily basis and what we're creating in our lives is not normal, but in our world, it's normal. So tuning into it is huge. So this week's Habits of Health call is, let me see, let me click my screen, is on the habit of healthy sleep. And I call this I call it the glue habit, because really it ties our whole health journey together. So I know the topic's on sleep, and if there's been some cool topics the last few weeks, so don't go to sleep on me while I'm talking about this, because this right here will tune into your health journey. And if you haven't taken a part of this or learned some information, I hope some of the things tonight really will help you set up for this. It'll really accelerate your journey, whether you're new or you're experienced. It's going to help out a lot. And again, I just want to welcome everyone. This call is we do it every single Wednesday. Whether you're looking at this as potentially starting your health program, or you're just moving your health forward, we have physicians, lay people. We welcome everyone to this call, and it's great information that helps us learn the habits of health. It's all based on Dr. A's Habits of Health book. This book changed my life. For those that don't know my full story, my whole family has lost over 2,000 pounds combined as a family. So to say that this program, this lifestyle, this man right here on this book has changed my life it's an understatement. And it was really this book that really made the difference for me in my journey. So sleep, chapter 17, one of the most vital pieces here tonight. And I'm excited to share some things with you on that. And actually, before I introduce my co-host, again, the chat just blew up with where you guys are at. I'd love to know, have you thought about sleep in your journey? Have you implemented? Has something changed since you started? I mean, just drop it in the chat. Yes, I've worked on it. Or no, I've never really thought about incorporating sleep in my journey. Sleep? Are you kidding me? Isn't that thing that you're supposed to get more of? But that's that luxury, not that you actually can get to. And most of you are probably thinking, I'm an adult. Sleep is something that I try to get every once in a while, and I didn't even really think about it as an option for my health journey, or even a part of it. So this is a huge one, and I actually brought on a good friend of mine to really, to say friend is actually an understatement. She's family to me. Again, through this great community and the ripple effect and decision we made in our health years ago, Denise was able to get healthy, and also I chose her just because to display the huge effect that we have on many demographics' lives. We're so similar, but as far as quick look, we couldn't be any different. You're a grandma, I'm a new dad, you are from a sunny California, I'm from the rainy Northwest, physician background, I'm a construction background, but we have the desire for health, and you've really changed your life. So I thought I'd actually, before I even got into the topic, I thought I'd call on you to maybe share a little piece of your story, Denise, and maybe how sleep kind of came into it on your own personal journey, but also what you know about sleep from the medical point of view as well, just getting started. So go for it.
Thanks, Brad, and what an honor to be able to share tonight. But Brad, I got to tell you, I slept a lot. Before I started this program, I didn't sleep well at night. And as you can see, I'm in that wheelchair on the left there. I was a quadriplegic due to a spinal cord surgery, and they said I'd never walk again. So I would stay up all night, click on that TV, which Dr. A tells us is not a good habit of health. So I had really bad habit of health. Turn on the TV, my poor husband didn't sleep well because of it, and then I would sleep all day. because I hadn't slept at night. My weight went up and up and up. I was on 22 medications. I didn't have a healthy life. And fast forward, and I started the program, and I lost 100 pounds. And that was 4 years ago. And let me tell you, I can sleep all night now. My brain is so much clearer now. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I knew sleep was important, not only to my physical health, but just to have that clarity during the day and to make better choices. And the studies show that we need that sleep in order to have a healthy life, good weight loss during that phase. And you know what? I just have so much more fun and more energy during the day now that my weight's off.
Yeah, that's awesome, Denise. So, like, I mean, that's what's improved. I mean, when you're not overweight, one, it's just easier to sleep. You know, you're more comfortable in your own bed. Plus, when your nutrition's on point, you know, your sleep improves because your body's functioning, better. But, what was, I'm just looking at the chat here, and I'm just watching the chat pour in, just saying, like, I'm sleeping better just naturally, or, oh, I started focusing on this. Like, I've seen all the people pop in here, and also just being inspired by your journey, which I think is really cool. From a medical standpoint, like, I think this is a cool thing because I wanted to bring this effect into it. It's not always what we know, and I know we're educating ourselves tonight. It's what we can actually start doing. And you probably knew this from a medical standpoint, like, oh yeah, sleep's important. But
Absolutely. And Brad, we know in the medical profession that if our brain doesn't get that rest, there's actually a chemical change that goes on. And if that doesn't happen, and we don't go into those different phases of sleep at night because of poor nutrition during the day, or just not, being too busy or popping on the TV like we shouldn't. It makes a big difference in how we interact and how our day is.
Yeah, it's huge. So I think that's a good one to hit on tonight as we even get into the topic of the education. It's a practice. Everything that we're learning here is a practice. And I'll be honest with you, my sleep was not good last night. I got really excited about something I was working on. I went to bed later than I was normal. I got a little bit less sleep, and some of the things I'll be talking about here. It's a practice. So it's partly application, it's partly knowledge based. So it's really cool. I love your story. I think your story alone is just inspirational. And the background of it. I think everyone's chiming in here is starting to like kind of pour in what's changing for them on this. So I thought we started out with a poll here, and just kind of getting a gauge on like what people understand about this or how really it is important. So studies show that, and this is all from the Habits of Health, Chapter 17 of Dr. A's Habits of Health book. Getting less than 6 hours of sleep increases your I can't actually, once again, change. I can't read my own thing here. Your chances of viral infection by how much? And this actually blew me away. So if you can't see on the screen here, go ahead and click it. Take your best guess on what you think it is. Because I was you think something as small as sleep, like 6 hours, that's almost close to good enough. How much does that affect your chances of viral infection? Go ahead and weigh in there on the chat. Denise, any guess? No, you probably know. No guessing.
And you know what, Brad? I got to tell you, I even notice this now, that if I don't get good sleep, I end up getting sick. And I'm around grandkids all the time who are sick. And I want to continue to be around them. So I really focus on getting that sleep. I realize how important it is.
Yeah, perfect. Angie, do we have the results there?
There you go. Can you see them, Brad?
I can see them there. Yeah, we got some good guesses. It's actually 50%. So 50% of like getting sick, viral infection is affected by your sleep, not just your nutrition, just not immunity, just literally your sleep. And I'll get into that here in a little bit of a moment, but I love these questions because it's like, it makes you think, it makes you start to connect all the dots here. So sleep, I want to get into just some different things about quantity and quality of it. On average, from the Habits of Health, men need about 7 to 8 hours of sleep, while women need about 6 to 7 hours of sleep. That's just kind of, our bodies are a little bit different on that. And Denise, did you want to give any notes from that, just from like, what you've understand on that? Why, like, you have any, I mean, there's so much information, different reasons, but why on average, so why is that?
There is. And you know what? It's such a simple thing, Brad, that if we can just get some sleep, how much it will improve our health.
Yeah. And our body, I mean, as men to women, we operate a little bit differently. So that's what, just the way we work here. But more important than quantity, way more important than quantity is the quality of sleep, is what really makes the difference. And, just kind of sharing with you guys tonight, I'm the kind of person, and I found that more and more people are like this, the more I connect with them. is that you can tell me all about like what I need to do. You can tell me, I mean, Denise, being from the medical, practitioner field, like you told people what to do, and you probably saw that most people need to know why. They need to know what to do. So this was huge for me. Honestly, I don't know if anyone knows this or still thinks this way, but I was like, you can sleep when you're dead. That, what? Sleep's for the people that don't want to get stuff done. I was taught that sleep was a commodity and was a luxury and not something that you needed to get to. And honestly, kind of in the industry I was before, it's like sleep was for the people that didn't get the job done. So, this was a whole new change of habit, just like all of our habits are changing. And when I understood like how it really affected me, one, starting the TSFL program was the first time I started like actually listening to my body. It was like this awakening. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like my body's telling me things. And I started to know the sleep portion right away. But quality is I probably argue is more important than quantity, although we went over the important quantity amounts. REM cycles. And this may be something you guys may or may not know. It's in the Dr. Ray's Habits of Health. It kind of details a little bit more. There are 6 stages of sleep. REM cycles being the REM cycle being the most important stage. It's when you're in your deepest level of sleep. It actually stands for rapid eye movement. And it's when your body is doing the most quality rest, the most regeneration, the most recuperation. And it's what actually is, shows you that it's the difference between waking up feeling well rested in the morning or, ready to go. And you can kind of start to tell if you're not getting good quality sleep in the REM cycle. There's also other really cool things about it, how you go in and out of it. Like when you go in and out of your REM cycles, like if you actually videotape someone like sleeping at night, as they go in and out of REM cycle, that's when they move and start to toss and turn. And when you're in that deep cycle is when you don't move. So this is all just really cool here. I mean, anything you want to add to just, as my co-host here tonight on the REM cycle, or anything that stood out to you on your quality sleep or REM cycle that you want to add in there?
You know what, Brad, just to back you up, absolutely 100%. It's important.
Yeah. So that's huge. And let me go over to the next slide here. We'll touch a little bit more on that. But again, I love getting the brain going on this. And so I had another poll. It's kind of in the same realm. But, not just what our body does as far as like, protection from viral infection, but, just based on, this is from Dr. Ray's Habits of Health, based on a study of New England's Warwick School of Medicine, getting less sleep increased the risk of obesity by what percent average upon men, women, adults, and children? Any guesses on that? There's going to be a poll that pops up on your screen. Go ahead and take a guess on that. I was blown away by this one, to be honest. Like obesity, like literally your sleep affecting the possibilities of obesity, literally triggering it down to this. What percentage of people, or how much it increased your rate of obesity?
Right. And when we don't get our sleep, Brad, we don't make as great decisions. And the cravings are higher even.
I'll be getting that there in a second. Thanks for the preview. So yeah, go ahead and vote away. I'm excited to see what you guys think on that. 3, 10, 30%, 50%. Get some good guesses in there. Work on getting the tally here in a moment. Got a few guesses in the chat there. Let's see here. All right, we're about dead even between 50% and 30%. It's actually 50%. Again, the two numbers line up, but the two poll questions, I was blown away. 50%, literally just by devoting time and energy. I mean, if that's not enough reason to focus on sleep, besides the other thing that I'm about to share and have shared so far, I mean, you're pulling out an insurance policy on your health long term, and that was mind blowing for me. So some reasons why that, you probably feel like, well, why is that? That seems pretty extreme numbers. So these are some things that happen, and these are just basic things as well as different things that go on with your body. So when you sleep, I've already hit on quality and quantity, but basically it's when your body recuperates. It's when your body regenerates. It's when your body gets yourself back to normal. It's when a lot of the things happen in your body that, you think it happens throughout the day, but a lot of it actually happens when you actually sleep and your body's recuperating. There's a bunch of things that happen. I think we can all like raise our hand to these situations. And I feel like you probably might guess that this are the time this happened to you. And I always mess this up, but there are chemicals that happen in hormones that are released during when you get quality or lack of quality. And one of them is ghrelin, and that's the body's hormone that increases appetite. So it's basically, if you're not getting enough sleep, your body's not producing that properly. and it's going to increase your appetite. Has anyone ever just got a really bad night's sleep? And you know what? We're newer parents, so I know there's a lot of people online that can probably attribute or that know what I'm talking about with that. But has anyone ever had a night and it's just like, man, not only were you grumpy and not like really like happy to be around, and maybe your day wasn't going good, but man, you just not control your hunger for any reason. You ever wonder why that is? It's because of that. And then there's also leptin, which is the substance that tells your body to stop eating, that you are full. So just sleep alone is making your life easy alone in your health journey with that alone. And I mean, Denise, when I learned that, I was like, well, that makes sense. Like, that's exactly what I felt when I had a bad night's sleep. I mean, do you want to throw anything on top of that with what I shared there?
Absolutely. You know what? It's just incredible how our bodies are made and how it can be just a simple change, a small change. We may just add maybe 15 minutes or a half hour to try and get more sleep because we're always afraid that laundry's not going to get done. So we stay up, especially as new mamas. But we need to make those choices if we want to have a better day and be more productive.
Yeah, I love that you said the new mamas thing or whatever scenario might apply, because you might be sitting there saying, you know what, this sounds all great, but there's no way in heck I can improve my sleep. Just an improvement, small, being mindful of just like every habit we do daily, you can improve this. It doesn't need to be like you go out today and you just start sleeping amazing. But if you start this and be mindful of it, I mean, again, I was like so far down the other end of the spectrum that I was like, okay, let me just start this. And over time, it's become like a natural thing that I flow to. So those are enough reason right there. I mean, no one likes to feel hungry, when you're trying to be on top of your health game, and no one likes to, we want to know when it's time to start eating. But there's also cortisol. And when you're stressed, your body's stressed, you're not getting enough sleep. When you're not getting sleep, your body's literally stressed, like actually physically stressed. And when your body's stressed, your body produces more cortisol. And cortisol helps your body regulate sugars and fat. It makes it more difficult to keep weight off if you're, post weight loss. But it also makes it harder to lose weight if you're in the weight loss phase. I had a client, sorry for all you New Yorkers, but you guys live a different pace of life on the other side of the country. And I have a client who has just been pinging that 1 pound a week weight loss mark. And I just said, you know what, how's your sleep this week? I'm really stressed out of my job. I can't seem to really shut off my mind at night. I work into the evening. I just asked, where can we start? She, for disclaimer purposes, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what she lost, but it was a great week this week. She not only felt better, but she saw better results on the scale. So if that's not a reason right there to focus on improving quality or quantity, I don't know what else is, but besides the hunger and seeing better results. But then also it affects your body's production of dopamine and serotonin, which are the two chemicals which I don't know about you guys, but I really want this, but comfort and satisfaction. I want to sleep well so I can be producing those two ones. I want to feel comfortable and I want satisfaction. Dopamine is one of my favorite ones when you learn more about that chemical. It's the one that helps you feel accomplished. It's the one thing you get when you get things done. It's when you feel like you're in your groove, you got a lot of dopamine going on with your body. So again, like for me personally, I think I would sleep just for making sure that I get full dopamine, effect in my body. So those are just some nerdy things like that. And by the way, guys, I forgot to give my disclaimer. I'm nerdy. I love this information. When I started grabbing onto this and I'm like, that's why I'm feeling so good, I got really excited about my health journey here. So, Denise, I'm going to share some things here, but I thought, just there's a difference between information and practical, tips of what has changed for people's life. So don't look at my list yet because these are my tips. But what did you feel like you were able to grab onto pretty quickly when you started realizing healthy sleep was a part of your journey? I mean, you knew a little bit more, but like most physicians, knowing's half the battle. What did you grab onto, and what was helpful for you in that department?
One of the things that I noticed right away with changing the way my nutrition is being in menopause, I was sleeping better. And now I would wake up ready to face the day. So that encouraged me to shut off that TV and electronics at night. But being able to face that day and be able to get up and have that energy and have that smile on my face. And I know you've got caffeine on your list, but for me, I'm a coffee lover. And to be able to shut that off and not be drinking it late into the evening like I used to do and say, oh, it doesn't affect me. Well, it did once I started really eating healthy. So
yeah, those are really a few easy things that you can grab onto. And before I go into some tips here, I'm just going to address the chat here. Some people have some questions is, what do you suggest when I feel sleepy during the day, or what different activities like computer work or reading You know, I don't have all the answers. Like I've been saying a few different times, it's a journey. So figuring out your own routine is something that takes practice, and you know, it's a kind of a test, trial and error kind of a deal. But you know, I'll get here in a second. But avoiding naps is one thing. If you are doing naps, you know, that kind of adds to the tiredness. You can actually do like a few like small, like Dr. Ray calls them, like I think he calls them quick naps, and they can assist if needed. But you know, sometimes if you're feeling sleepy, it's during the day, it could be a multitude of reasons. So try to figure out where it's coming from. Like again, I told you one of my most important things I learned about myself and my journey was actually listening to my body. And when you start listening to your body, you can start to kind of tell where things are coming from. So in your specific situation, it's kind of hard to tell, but focusing on improving your sleep and taking care of your nutrition should help with this over time. And maybe you can dialogue with your coach a little bit on that, on how you can improve that. It could just be because your work's really boring, because you said computer hours or reading, because I don't know, but that may not something we can solve with. But you know, try that out with your health coach. Have a good conversation with them on that, and maybe dialogue and do a trial and error deal. It could be any of these things, and it just might get better over time. And then someone else asked, I'm in fat burning on day 7, by the way. Congratulations, 1 week in. Well done. I can't sleep for 2 days now, and I've been sleeping only 3 hours. I'm so full of energy. Will it slow down? I can't really say. Everybody's body's different. Like, you know, the puzzling piece for me after being a health coach for 8 years, I don't know why someone gets stressed and loses 20 pounds, and another person, like almost similar, gets stressed and they gain 20 pounds. Like, you know, like why? I don't understand why our bodies are different. But what I would say to encourage this is focus on making sure sleep is going well. When you are in fat burning, yeah, that's a very normal effect that we see with people. They got lots of energy. They don't feel like they need to go to bed. They wake up. Funny story. So my mom was the first person that got healthy. And by the way, I saw Nancy Pettit on the chat here. I love you, Nancy. Sorry. My family changed their health because of Nancy. And so back to the funny part of the story is when my mom woke up in fat burn, she started washing the car at like 5 a.m. because she didn't know what to do with all of her energy. I remember my dad being like, what is up with my wife? And so we thought my mom was going crazy, but she was just in fat burning. So, so I would just say to your question, Deborah, is just work on it and try to keep notes on that. Just check your results and talk with your health coach. You'll be able to navigate that. But we're having this topic of healthy sleep. You can start doing some of the things that we're going over today. So, which kind of brings us to some tips. And Denise, you hit on some of these, but this would be a few of them that you can start implementing. These are right out of Dr. Ray's Habits of Health. You can actually go read them and, expand on them a little bit more. But when you wake up out of the morning, try to make a habit of just hopping right out of bed. You know, as your sleep improves, you'll be able to just jump out of bed and feel better. But, you know, don't let that linger or try not to hit the snooze button over and over. You're training your body to do something. So hop right out of bed. I'm going to take a pause on this quickly. I have one more question. The answer to the second poll was 50%. So basically, lack of sleep, I'm summarizing the studies here, not only increases viral infection possibilities by 50% and the chances of obesity by 50%. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So we talked about getting out of caffeine or out of bed. Limit caffeine is huge. A lot of us think like, oh, it doesn't really affect us. We're not feeling the buzz of it. But caffeine has a half-life that registers far past when we're feeling the effects of coffee. It makes it hard for our brain to shut down, rest, and get restful sleep. So, not drinking caffeine later in the day, will affect that. So just, limit caffeine is good. Eat healthy. Our bodies operate best when we're hydrated and nutritionally balanced and taking on our health and losing weight or, at our healthy weight. So just that alone will help your body best rest. Like I saw in the chat there, like people are like, I'm on plan, I'm sleeping amazing. And that's what you should feel when your body's taken care of. Notice how well you feel and what your body does when you take care of it. The other one is say no to naps, like we were talking about earlier, avoiding the naps because that can actually add to your tiredness, or just trying to do a little quick power nap, quick 5-10 minutes. I think that's what Dr. Ray talks about. Decrease stimulation. This is a huge one. Our minds are kind of like something that can be wound up. And so if you're stimulating yourself, through anything, caffeine, electronics, TV, before you go to bed, it's hard for your brain to wind back down, which is what needs to be, calmed down for you to get really restful sleep. So that includes like shutting off the TV, In our house, I'm just going to give you like kind of what we do is we kind of have a winding down routine. We start turning off more of the lights into the evening. It starts training our brain of what to do. We try to limit TV right before bed. We have kind of a no cell phone rule in our room. Again, it's a rule, which sometimes we break that rule, but we're trying. We made these staples to try to increase that. Anything that you can do as far as stimulation to kind of start relaxing your body. And you can do anything. You can start a bath routine. I love my bubble bath every single night. I'm just joking, I don't do that, but it does sound kind of cool and relaxing. But anything, over time, your body recognizes habits. So if you start getting a routine that will not only stimulate it, but also help your body know that, hey, it's time for rest, your sleep will improve and your body will start to slowly and more quickly get into that ready for quality sleep phase. Eliminate cell phone use, which goes right hand in hand with that. Many of us put that cell phone right next to our bed. Some of us don't even turn it off into airplane mode. Turn that off, put it far away. Don't let the buzzing, that light going off or anything like that, or anything can really mess with your sleep during the night. And I remember when I first heard that, I was like, what are you talking about? That can't be the case. And it really does make a difference. This is kind of a no-brainer. Minimize water intake before bed. There's no need to wake yourself up in the middle of the night with a full bladder. Just watch that one. Still remembering that one before I go.
The preceding audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some Take Shape for Life health coaches or clients. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to healthy living and weight loss will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a physician before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the Take Shape for Life team.